see that again.
This is some shot. All right, Coach, at this time I'd like to make the formal presentation of the flag. For those of you who don't know about the Hall of Fame, this is our third year, like Joe said, and the larger plaques that are on the table will be mounted in City Hall on the first floor. We have, I think, 9 of them up there right now. The smaller plaque will be presented, of course, to Coach and all the other honorees. The flag reads, over a span of 3 decades, Coach Lou Amonson touched the lives of innumerable young athletes at New Rochelle High School. He coached football from 1949 to 1970, and then again in 1972. His outstanding record was 123 wins, 48 losses, and 6 ties, a .752 winning percentage. Outstanding. Under Coach Amonson's leadership, New Rochelle High School's football teams were crowned Westchester County champions in 1954, 56, 57, 58, 1960, and 1964. His undefeated 1960 and 1964 teams were named New York State champions. Known for his tough defensive squads, the 1949 Huguenots held their opponents to only 26 points in 8 games. And overall, they posted 36 shutouts. Besides leading youth on a gridiron, Lou was a noted coach in tennis and wrestling. His 1960 wrestling team was Section 1 champions. In tennis, his teams ran an unprecedented string of victories when they were undefeated for 7 consecutive years in the 1950s. Lou Amonson, one of Westchester Coach's greatest scholastic coaches, received Coach of the Year honors in football, wrestling, and tennis during his memorable coaching career. An outstanding career at that. Coach, congratulations.
Friends, please don't go away. I thought it'd be nice. It has a little meaning. We're going to have a last huddle. Pretend you're all in. Leave it there.
You don't need it, Coach.
Before the kickoff, we always said the following, and we are in the huddle. I'm going into this game today. You say. Wait. Hey. This way. I say first, and then you repeat. We're going into this game today. I'm going into this game today.
I'm going into this game today
to give all I got.
to give it all I got.
I'm going to play my opponent.
I'm going to play my opponent
Fairly and squarely.
fairly and squarely.
I'm going to give him the damnedest and hardest fight
I'm going to give him the damnedest and hardest fight
he's ever had in his life.
he's ever had in his life.
And I'm going to be in there
And I'm going to be in there
when the going gets toughest.
when the going gets toughest.
That's the last time we say that. I wrote a couple things down, but I'm just going to go down memory lane for a couple minutes and sit down. Tough, the first 2 years. And I missed coaching. I missed New Rochelle. I came to the high school or to Isaac Young in 1946. I was with Patton in the 3rd Army. And I went to work in New Rochelle because if I'd gone back to Illinois, where I was coaching before the war, I'd be getting $1,350 a year. So I took a job in New Rochelle. And I can truly say this, I found a home. I was here 31 years. I had more fun. I feel I would be looking much older today. I'm going on 79. And I'd be working with you young people for 31 years has helped me stay young. I have so many dear friends here. I like to say things. I have so many good things. My memory lane in New Rochelle has been a beautiful one, a happy one. No coach could have a better time. When I think of the practices we had, the last practice of the year where we burned the bumps and bruises, and the seniors would take somebody's jock off and burn that. And when guys didn't come to practice, we had a way of enforcing getting to practice, going through tough stuff. And I think many of you know what it's like, where you have a chucking drill and 2 lines, and one bangs you and then the other bangs you. And you get so you want to come to practice sometimes. And the beautiful rivalry. When I came to New Rochelle hadn't beaten White Plains in 15 years. And back in 1949 in September, we went out on that field, there were 20,000 people there. The receipts were $20,000. And that's good money those days. No TV, and we beat White Plains 28-0. After 15 years of not beating them. And that's when we started TV, getting Iona, the Irish, from across the way. Between myself and a guy from the paper and a guy at the hospital, we went through all obstacles and played a benefit game for the hospital. That 25,000 people at the game. And you know something? It was received so wonderfully that it went on TV. Start going on TV. It's a tragedy that it went off TV. But I think of the school fire, the beauty of our high school. I'll tell you what the football team did those days. This was during the Vietnam War, they wanted to take our flag down and throw up the flagpole. Our football team stood guard during the day at different periods and kept that flag up there. And that's one way of keeping Old Glory flying, so they couldn't burn it, because some of the revolutionaries our revolutionaries wanted to burn that flag, and our football squad protected that flag. And there's so many, I gotta tell this one. We had portable units on the football field due to the fire. And revolutionaries would enter these portable units during class and say, "School's out, open the door." Just crude. So they had sit-downs in the hallways. So my football squad goes down there to the grocery store, gets a few bags full of eggs. And they carried that bag like a sack of candy. And they took out a bag at a time. And these revolutionaries with bullhorns in the hallways, ping, 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 egg yolk going all over their faces and everything. It was one way of playing their game. Now, I hate to say that that day came, I was too old to coach, but I hated to quit. I had so much fun all the time working with these young guys. And there isn't anything they wouldn't do for you. They went out there, played hard. I had them reading poems, learning poetry. How do you feel when the pressure's on? When the chance for victory's almost gone? When fortune's star refuses to shine? When the ball's on your 1-yard line? And, mindset, mind over matter. When that mind is willing to do things, your body will do things it could never do otherwise. And I think a lot of the success was the idea that when we went out for games, we thought we could win. Thanks very much. I've enjoyed the evening so much. I want to thank you. You know, most people get an award when they're dead. I'm old enough to be dead.
He may be 78, but he hasn't changed a bit. Joe?
Thanks, Coach. That was marvelous. Next, inductee.